What we have is a murder.
Singing.
This has taken place, if you're familiar with the stone cabin between here and Yuma. Stone cabin was occupied by two sisters, Sylvia and Sharon Saxon. There wasn't much for girls to do, women to do in the desert to make a living. So they sold some rot gut whiskey and themselves.
And both were cheap?
And they turned to prostitution.
Yes.
Anyway. There was a lot of miners in the area along the river and all through the mountains up there. Probably 4,000 or 5,000 at any given time traipsing through there. And so there's a stagecoach on the way from Prescott to Yuma, coming down through the valley by the stone cabin. And up ahead is a dust storm coming towards them up through the valley. So they're hurrying to get there as quick as they can. And on the stage is myself, and I'm an Arizona Ranger, Bart Bigelow. Howdy. I'm escorting a lady to Yuma Prison who's a murderess. Very bad murder, ugly scene, was bad. In Prescott, you'll hear more about this. We land in at the cabin. At the cabin is, when we arrive there, on the stage also is the driver and two passengers, Hank and Audrey. What's her last name?
Hanover.
Hanover, see, they know. Hank and Audrey. Newly married couple on the stage. So we land in there. At the cabin is the two sisters, Sylvia and Sharon Saxon, and an old miner by the name of Gold Dust West. And we get the horses unhooked, and the storm blows in, and we're stuck there for the night. Sometime during the evening, Sylvia Saxon is murdered. Now out front is this.
Is she here?
Out front, no, she's dead. Out front is this bar area that we're all in, where serves as a stage stop and a bar for the ladies to sell some liquor on the side, rot gut stuff, terrible stuff. And out behind is the stone cabin, which serves as their sleeping quarters and their bedroom for whatever extracurricular activities they're involved in. And
is the other sister here?
She's dead. Oh no, one's here, yeah. She's alive. She's here.
Good.
Well,
Yeah.
who's she?
You'll know.
You'll know, you'll see her. I'll introduce
Do
her
I
to you.
look like a prostitute?
I just wanted to know if she was here.
So what happens is sometime during the evening, Sylvia's found out in the trail up around the back of the stone cabin, goes up to the outhouse, this little trail, and she's found there with this knife stuck in her chest. We've cleaned it off quite well since. So I would add a sharper knife, but Dee wouldn't let me. So anyway, so that's the scenario of the scene. So you can imagine all these people in this little room, and somebody out in there killed her. Now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna interrogate the people that were there. We got to find out who did this. So you're gonna help me as my deputies. So when I ask them the questions, I want you to remember one clue, one thing, important. Only the killer can lie. Okay? Everyone else has to tell the truth, but only the killer can lie. Remember that? Got that?
Can we pass those
Yeah,
out?
pass those around. Now I'm going to pass some sheets around and pencils or whatever, and I'm going to ask you to guess, make your guesses, make notes as you go. When I finish questioning the people up here, I'll throw it open to the floor and you can ask them questions as well. So just try and trap them if you can, find out if they're lying.
Are you sure? Kate?
So once you get these sheets, you'll see the cast is The male, the stagecoach driver, which is Slim Chance Murphy, right over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The male passenger, Hank Hanover. Right. Female passenger, Audrey Hanover.
Audrey,
The
newlywed.
female prisoner, murderess, is poor young school teacher, school marm, who was, oh, it was ugly. Anyway, we call her, the newspapers have dubbed her Straight 8 Kate. Kate Simmons. The minor is Goldust West. And the sister, the grieving sister, is Sharon Saxon. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about these characters just so you get a little rough idea. What I've managed to find out so far before we interrogate them is, in the room, Hank and Audrey rode with me all the way down in the stage from Prescott. Now, I was escorting Straight 8 Kate to the Yuma prison, where she's going to spend the rest of her life behind bars with no parole, and rightly so for what she did. And they didn't talk too much. I must admit that not many people wanted to talk to Kate. They're a little bit afraid of her, I think. Anyway, when we arrived at the stone cabin, there was the three girls were there. Sylvia was still alive when we got there. Sylvia's a real pretty girl, much prettier than her sister.
You have a picture?
Yeah, I do. I got a picture of the dead body. I saw artist drawing. We didn't have cameras in 1890 there. Didn't have one with me. So, and she was kind of liking him a lot, and so he proposed. And being a prim and proper schoolmarm she was, she wouldn't want to rush into this, so she asked him, could she think about it overnight? And she let him know the next day. And he agreed, not much he could do. The next day at school, they were planning a field trip, and one of the kids got pretty sick, so she canceled the class, small class, you know, and she took that little kid into the doctor, and then she thought, well, this is a good time to go and tell my boyfriend that I'm going to marry him, give him the good news. So she goes to his house and goes in, and she catches him in bed with this woman. Well, he never heard her. They were busy doing other things. So she reached over where his pants were hanging on the chair, and pulled out a knife out of his belt, and she went over and just started stabbing crazy. She stabbed him 8 times. He rolled over dead, and she kept on stabbing this woman 37 more times.
37.
Brutal murder, yeah. Blood and gore everywhere. And people heard the screaming, and they came rushing in, and she was standing there with the knife in her hand and the blood all over her. And she did not she pled guilty. She owned up to it, but in a fit of anger or passion, I
School
guess.
marmar.
Anyway, that's the story of the school teacher that was in the paper. Now the paper, of course, being the way they are, they always have to have fancy headlines. So because she stabbed him 8 times, they dubbed her Straight 8 Kate.
I'm
So-
confused here.
Strike.
I thought it was a woman that used to do it.
So what I want to do, the first person I want to come in. Goldust West. Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions and I want the truth.
Yeah.
You ever see this knife before?
Never saw it before in my life. I wouldn't have that son of a bitch for nothing.
Okay,
I got better knives than that.
all right. Does it look like any kind of a knife you would have seen in the cabin?
Might have seen it in the cabin, but wouldn't have been allowed outside.
Okay. So how did you know?
See, that thing's been made,
Made in Germany?
I don't know.
How did you know
Plus,
Sylvia?
it's too freaking dull. Wouldn't do any good at all.
It did the job.
Well,
Took two of us to pull it out of her.
Two of you?
Yep.
You and who else?
Me and her sister.
Really? So what were you and her sister doing together?
That's what we were doing.
Pull it in knife.
Okay, well, go ahead.
How did you know Sylvia?
Well, see, she and her sister came out to the gold mine camp selling her goods. I'm not saying they were real good, but they were goods.
Can you hear?
And,
They can't hear him back
Talk up. Speak up.
and anyhow, well, Sylvia and her sister, what was her name? Butterface.
there.
Well, anyway, they came out to the gold camp trying to sell their goods. They had to sell them real cheap because they weren't real good. But anyway, what was the question again?
How did you know Sylvia?
Well, I actually paid for some of the goods, but you see, the way I got to know Sylvia, she was good, right?
She was a good looking
Oh,
woman.
good.
Hey, hey.
Well, the way I got to know Sharon was Sylvia and Sharon came walking up the road, and I thought Sharon was pulling a mule. And I got closer, Sylvia was the one, she looked like the north end of a mule walking south. But, so there was one good looking, one real ugly. But anyway, that's how I got to know him.
Did it bother you that she was a prostitute?
Well, they were just ladies of the night back then. They weren't really prostitutes. We kind of held them on a higher level.
Okay. Do you understand though when that something had transpired between you and Sylvia?
You have to talk about
She was going to leave with you when the storm blew over. Is that right?
That was the deal, yeah. Well, you see, first I found my gold.
Uh-huh.
If I didn't pour, then no deal. Because I'm not really the most handsome guy in the world, but I got a long dick.
I can believe that for you.
So
Is
I
that
presu-
what's sticking out of your shirt?
So,
That's my other one, friend.
so I presume with that and your money, she was interested in you.
Yeah.
She did agree to leave with you. Is that right?
She sure did.
Okay.
Yes, she did.
Now, sometime during the evening, were you outside of the cabin?
Yes, I was. I went out to check the mule. See, I had all this gold.
Yeah.
Now, if you'd like, I'd tell you how I found the gold.
I would like to hear that.
Well, you should have asked me that first.
Well, how'd you find the gold?
Well, kind of story behind that. I was up in the miner camp. There was several of us up there. And see, I used to be a preacher. One of my group was Big Boob Kate.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, she had boobs. Well, she wanted to take a bath out in the sand because she was really grubby. And so she went out where nobody could see her, or so she thought. We were all looking at her, but you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she starts undressing. And she takes off about 5 yards of linen, and out pops some damn boobs, and they're on the floor, on the ground. And a big wad of sand comes up, and the wind comes up, and that invented the haboob. The wind came over and blew all the sand off this ridge.
Yeah.
And I looked up, and there was all this gold. So I went over and picked the gold up. That was it. That's how I got my gold.
Okay. It sounds far-fetched, but I'll buy part of that.
I was a preacher and not allowed to lie.
Okay. Now that Sylvia's gone, do I understand that you're now proposing to take Sharon away with you?
It's either that or the back end of a mule, and I suppose it's Sharon.
Okay.
the better the deal.
Now I just have to ask you one thing. Here you are. You're taking Sylvia away with you. You go outside, and when we were outside, did you see anything that? Did you happen to see anything going on out there?
Well, now that you mention it, we did. Yeah, let's see. Just a minute. Sinus is up in the gold camp for bed.
Yeah.
But anyway, see, the stagecoach had come in not too long before, and I was in the cabin having a drink, just for medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
Well, they could hear me when I said it got big, big hog. I know damn well they can hear me now. Anyway, I went out and checked the mule, and the mule was just fine, so on. And the wind was coming up, getting real bad. That's why we were all there at the cabin. And I saw old Slippery Dick here. He was over in the can, and he was come racing over to the mule. I thought he was going to steal my gold. Did I get the name wrong?
Yeah, Slim. You talking
Oh,
about
Slim. Yeah, Slim. Anyway.
Or slippery.
That's my nickname.
Your dick name?
Nickname.
Oh,
Slim.
oh, shit.
I forget where it was now.
You were outside and you were looking
Oh, I
at
was
Slim.
looking, yes. Slim was running back towards stagecoach because he didn't know that he and the ugly, or the sweetie girl there was in the can.
You
knocking
mean
one
Kate?
off, see.
Silver?
So
No.
the old ugly one, she was out back. She saw that, and so she comes running up. She was gonna cold cock Sweetie Pie here, and son of a gun, she's right by the mule. You know, mule's got a bad kick.
Yep.
Sweetie Pie comes running up just right to the mule. The ugly one gives a real holler, the mule kicks. Slippery Dick goes over in the stagecoach. And that's all I saw. Except, then, I saw Tiny come out of the two-holer. That's all it would hold. The two-holer wouldn't hold any more than Tiny. And he comes out with half a Sears catalog hanging out of his pants. Running over, slipped on the pile of mule shit, fell on the beauty, and drove a knife right into her. And I don't know how the knife must come off the mule pack when the mule kicked.
I have to ask you one question.
Nice. Wow.
Did you kill Sylvia?
Why would I kill Sylvia? Jeez, that was gonna be my future. I would have just. Well, now you know on second thought.
Does anybody have any questions?
You know, I wouldn't have. You know, you say she was stabbed.
Yeah, she was stabbed.
Well, I poked her a couple times. So I sure wouldn't stab her.
Okay, you're excused.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you never had any questions for that guy. He had quite a story.
At dinner tonight.
Okay.
I think they were using it to cut the meat up.
All right.
You gotta
Okay.
scream a little bit, Bonnie.
I got a scream.
Louder.
Louder.
So, where were you when the body was found?
I was in the room with all the rest of the people,
Okay.
enjoying the scenery.
Were you snuggling up to your hubby?
My newly.
Not anywhere near that old miner over there with the.
Well, I was
Big,
trying to get some of that too.
Okay.
There's always room for more, you know.
Okay. Did you leave the room at any time during the evening?
I had to pee. I walked out and it was so dusty. There was a dust storm, and that's apparently why I
Yeah.
wanted to hurry up and get back to what I was supposed to be doing with my new husband. But
Yeah.
they made me stop at this place, and I had dinner, and then I went to the bathroom, and it was so dusty I couldn't see anything.
Okay.
I've never been in a storm like that.
Well,
Of course, I've never been anywhere, so.
That was a hot move.
Was it stormy in the bathroom?
It was what?
Stormy in the bathroom?
Oh, yeah. You should have seen that.
you come through that little crescent hole and.
Yeah.
Until she
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see anyone outside at that time?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't because it was so dusty.
Okay.
Remember?
Yes, I remember that. Okay. I heard that when you came in the room, Sylvia, the poor dear girl who was laying out in the back with this knife sticking in her chest,
Yes.
recognized you and later came to you because she had worked with you in Phoenix in the same house of prostitution.
We like to be called the. Yeah. But now my husband does not know that.
Well, he's not listening. He's
Oh, that's right.
He's in
not
another
here.
room.
He's
That's
not
right.
here.
He's not here.
You can say anything you want.
Yes, but we like to be called ladies of the evening,
Yes, I can understand that. Yeah.
How about in the morning?
Does that mean?
and that we can. We can do it in the afternoon too. It's okay.
Yeah, what they call nooners. You have nooners.
I have
and-
nooners. I have quickies.
So it's no question about it. You were a prostitute. So
I was.
So Sylvia came to you, and what did she say?
She, I think, had her eyes on
Hank?
my beloved. Yes.
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
All right.
no, I
Okay.
think that she wanted him, and she was going to tell him unless I paid her. And I said I'd have to think about it. And then now she's dead, so I don't have to think about it anymore.
So really, what was your answer going to be?
She's dead. I
Okay.
don't have to tell you.
All right. So here's your situation. You landed a man like you have with lots of money.
Lots of money.
Yeah, and now you're going
Yeah.
to be respectable. He doesn't know that about your past.
He doesn't.
No,
No.
and this lady who knows you is going to threaten to expose you unless you give her money.
Yes.
So when you're outside on your way to the bathroom, you counter her and you stab her in the chest with this knife.
I did not kill her.
Oh, okay. Any questions?
Why didn't you want to kill her?
Well, she's dead now.
What, when you were in the house looking out, what did you see?
Dust.
Was anybody else in the outhouse with you?
No, I was there all by myself.
It's a two-holer.
Well, I have to tell the truth, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't check.
There was no one else in the outhouse with me.
Did you
Okay.
wound her?
No, I did not.
Any other questions?
She was a fine lady. It was just that she was trying to blackmail me.
Yeah. Deserved to die, right?
Not too fine then.
No, was it? You're glad she's dead?
She's dead now. We can't talk about the deceased.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay.
Oh,
Don't leave town.
okay.
Before the dust settles.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Here's to you all.
We're going to talk to is straight A Kate Simmons, poor dear school teacher that she is. I've told you her story. Pretty sad. Come up here. Let's see your bus one. Did everyone see that?
It's hard as
Okay.
a rock.
You gotta be
That's
careful
what he
around.
said.
You have to really be careful around Kate because she can go off like that and anything that's around you, close to you. That. So let me ask you this question: have you ever seen this knife before?
I'm not sure, but it looks like they had some like that on the table.
Okay.
Dinner time.
All right.
I said,
So during the evening, you had to go to the bathroom, and of
Outhouse.
course, there's two reasons. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't wanting to go with you because I didn't want to see any feminine whatevers anyway. Besides that, I was a little bit nervous out there in the dust storm with you. You might have pulled some kind of a weapon out and did me in. But anyway, I asked Sylvia to go with you, and she went with you, to keep an eye on you. And then we never saw her alive again. Can you tell me about that?
louder, Bob.
They can't hear you.
Say it
The
again.
traffic.
Okay. So she went to the bathroom and I asked Sylvia to go with her to the bathroom. And Sylvia never came back. She came back. You came back in. So what happened out there?
I don't know. I went to the bathroom and I came back and it was so dusty I couldn't see and stuff, and the wind was blowing and I grabbed the door and I got in, I got it shut, and I never seen her.
Did you know Sylvia before to this day?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Don't get a little bit louder. But I was tired of people picking on me. You know,
I believe.
everybody jumps to conclusions just because I got in a rage and killed somebody. They think I'm going to kill everybody. But the only person I was ever mad at besides her was when my boyfriend was the sheriff here. When they had me in prison, he lied and said I had lice and he cut off all my beautiful hair. You cannot get the knife any closer.
During the evening, I noticed one thing, okay, that Sharon tried to serve you some stew, or she wouldn't serve you because you were, obviously, she was afraid of you. Did that upset you?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
You have to face that way.
And you lunged at her like that, and scared her?
Well, I started to, and then I thought better of it because I am a lady after all.
And besides, there wasn't any knives in your vicinity.
I'm a school teacher, of course I'm friendly.
So you were convicted of brutal killing. You stabbed your husband 8 times, your soon-to-be husband.
Was she
boyfriend.
convicted?
Oh, she's convicted. She's going to prison for life.
He's escorting.
I'm taking her there. And you stabbed him 8 times and her 37 times. And so killing is not something that would worry you at all. So why would you not go out there and kill Sylvia with this knife?
Well, I didn't even realize I killed him until afterwards, and people stopped me because I just went out of my mind.
Okay, so you go out of your mind again tonight because you got mad?
It wasn't that bad.
Okay. Any questions?
How come she's not in jail?
How much
He's
you have
taking
taken her
me
to
to
jail? On the stage, where
when did she kill this guy?
she killed him up in Prescott. We're on their way to jail. She's had a trial.
Okay,
Yes.
now you had Sylvia going with her to the two-holer, right?
Yep.
Did you see Sylvia in there with you in the two-holer?
No, she waited outside.
Why?
So when you came
I
back,
don't know. She didn't have to go, I guess.
Why'd
well,
you
he
go-
was out there with her, wasn't he?
No, I wasn't there.
And you didn't see her when you came back out.
No, she started to walk back with me. Then I don't know what she did. But when
Oh,
I
so
got
she
back,
was walking back with you.
Yeah, and then when I got there, she didn't come in. I don't know why.
But did you see her when you got through doing your duty?
Yeah, when I first came back out, she was standing there waiting for me.
Oh, she was she?
Yeah.
But earlier you said you never saw her after that.
After I come back in, I didn't see her.
Okay.
She didn't come back in with you.
No.
So here we go.
She was walking.
You
back
walked her
in-
up
She
to the.
started to walk back with me, and then it was so dusty and stuff. I don't know what she did. She turned and did something else.
She
By
made
the
the
time
wrong
I
turn.
just kept going, and
And we're
when I
supposed
got
to.
there, she wasn't there.
And we're supposed to believe that you didn't stop on the trail somehow and have taken that knife off the table and snaked it under your long dress thing there, bustle, in your bustle. You could hide a machete in there. And you stabbed her in the chest.
No, I
Okay.
did not kill her.
Any other questions?
Did you want to kill her?
No.
Are
I
you
was mad at her,
lying?
but I didn't want to kill her.
Are you lying now when you say you never killed her? Okay.
Thank you.
You got a lot of patting there.
The next person we want to talk to is the bereaving sister,
Oh shit, wait, I'm
Sharon.
I'm making something, wait a minute.
Gonna take a minute. Anybody want to have a drink? Time. And I know that you found your sister's body out on the path there. Can you identify this knife?
Yes,
You probably seen that before.
that's the knife that we kept in the bar and we cut our bread with it for our dinners.
Okay.
I'm reading.
Do you and your sister live here alone?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do you run this as a bar and also a bordello?
You know, we're Canadians. Yes. We run, you know, it's a bar, but, you know, the other question is none of your business.
Well, it is our business actually because we're trying to find out who killed your sister. And we know from talking to other people that have been here, like half of the community, all these miners from all around.
Talk
They,
up, Bob.
they all know you.
Louder.
They know me?
They know you and they know you, your sister. Intimately.
Oh,
So there's no use lying about it. It's common knowledge.
okay.
Okay?
Bring out
So let me ask you a question. Did Slim Chance Murphy ever partake in your services?
Well, a few times.
A few times, okay? All right. So apparently, from what I understand in questioning other folks, people that know, your sister was trying to convince you not to give him credit because he's not very rich. And you've been giving him credit, is that right?
That's absolutely true. But you know, the reason I gave him credit, look at the size of him. Who wouldn't want to be with him?
Ronnie?
You better move down one.
I thought she was crazy for not giving him credit. Now you don't know what to say, do you?
No, because I understood she wasn't talking to you about that.
She was or she
She
wasn't?
wasn't.
About giving him credit?
Yeah.
No, she wouldn't even think about giving him credit.
No, because she's like a money grubber.
She is, I loved her, but she was really a money grubber.
Yeah, she was. Eh?
I like credit cards.
Even back then.
Even back then. It was called IOUs on paper. You'd be surprised what you could get off an IOU.
How do you know Hank Hanover?
Well, Hank used to come through on the stagecoach on his way to Prescott for business. And, he, you know, he was okay.
He was all right? Okay. Did he used to visit Sylvia too?
Oh, yes. Everybody visited Sylvia.
Sylvia was better looking. I think she was a good looking girl.
Hell no. Well, maybe she was a little better looking, but I knew my business better.
Oh, okay.
I gave you more for your money and credit
More
card.
bang for your buck.
More bang for your buck. I think he's red. Yes, you
Watch what you're videoing. No, watch what you're videoing.
Well, Sylvia kind of had a thing for him, right?
I won't have been
And she
taken.
wanted to, she was hoping that he would take her to Yuma.
Yeah, she really did, but there was no way. I mean, Hank liked me better because he told me so.
Oh, he
And
did.
there was no way that he was going to take her to you.
All right.
Isn't he married?
Well, he wasn't married then, but he is now.
Okay, have you ever met Audrey Hanover?
No, I'd never met her, but Sylvia told me that she was a prostitute. That, you know, when she worked in Phoenix, she'd seen her before.
Okay. Were you jealous of your sister?
No, I loved my sister.
Okay.
And she
What-
loved me.
What did you know about a woman that they call Straight A Kate?
Only that she was a knife-wielding school morm. Is that what they call them when they've never had sex and they wear ugly clothes?
School mom, yeah.
And she was going to marry some guy, and he decided to hump the lady down the street, and she caught him and killed him, and now she's going to prison for the rest of her life.
Okay. Did you know that Sylvia was planning on leaving and going away with...
My dear sister would have never left me out here by myself. Never.
She wouldn't have?
No.
Okay.
Never. No, never.
Did you get angry with your sister because she was going to leave you alone and you go outside and take this knife out there and ram it in her chest?
No. My sister and I loved each other. We never got mad at each other, and we never fought. Ever.
Any questions?
That was good. You say you and your sister never fought? Is that normal?
Yes.
Oh, it,
We were just like twins, except, you know, everybody thought she was better looking, but I was better in the bed.
oh.
I gave more bang for the buck. What can I say?
Any other questions?
And you made more money.
And I made more money because I gave.
Give me your phone number.
Here.
One question.
Where did you come from, Sharon?
Where did
Her
I come
mother.
from? I came from Alberta, Canada. And so did Sylvia. And before that, we came from our mom's womb. I think. That's what she told us. But, you know, we didn't look alike, so we could have been adopted. But we were from Alberta.
Any other questions? All right, you're
Yeah, I think I have. It's laying on the counter when we came in early.
okay. Were you outside any time during the evening?
Yeah.
Careful about me.
I like to drink a little whiskey every now and then. This stuff they serve here is just hot good stuff. And I've got my own stash out there in my satchel, and I go out and have a little nip every now and
Okay.
then. Yeah,
You really like your whiskey, eh?
I love my whiskey.
All right. Where were you when the body was found?
Well, I think I was in the room with everybody else.
Okay. How did you know Sylvia?
The States comes through here all the time, and you know we stop here, and you know I know her from stopping by here,
Yeah.
flirting around with her a little bit. She flirts around with me,
A little more flirting, right?
a little bit more flirting sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And her sister as well?
Sister as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a threesome even.
Who was the best?
Well, that's hard to tell.
Wait, he's newlywed.
Which one did you like best?
Well, to tell you the truth, I like Sylvia best.
Yeah, she better
Yeah.
looking?
Yeah, she's a pretty good poke, I tell you. Good looking too. Good looking too, yeah.
Of course, you had the money to pay her, so.
Sometimes I paid her.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one, she took credit.
Yeah.
American Express.
Did you talk to her earlier in the evening?
Yeah, I did. I talked to her for
Yeah. Did she threaten you with telling you something about your wife?
Yeah, that old gal. I don't know what happened to her. She needs some money, I guess. She told me she's going to tell her wife everything we've been doing about the threesomes and all that stuff. You know, I just told her I didn't care. You know, just go ahead. That my wife was, you know, all right with that. We did threesomes with her even before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that didn't bother you any.
No, he's talking about you now.
So
And you?
did you agree to pay her any money?
No, I did not. I told her just go ahead and tell her I didn't care.
Okay. Did you go outside on the path in the night in the dust storm with this knife and stab her because you were afraid that she was going to tell on you?
No, I did not, because I didn't care if she told her or not. Didn't make any difference to me.
Any questions? No questions.
Once, going twice.
Sold.
No. Did you owe any money to Sylvia?
No, I paid her up front most of the time. The sister's the one I owed money to.
Still do?
He'll be paying her for the rest of his life.
Let me get my receipts out here.
All right, you're excused.
All right.
So we'll do the last one. Stagecoach driver Slim Chance Murphy.
The big boy.
And we said Slim.
Slippery dick.
Slippery dick.
All right. How you doing, Slim?
I was doing good today.
You ever seen this knife before?
Damn one.
Hell no, I ain't. Well, yeah, I guess I did see that knife on the sideboard by the bar.
Okay. How did you know Sylvia?
Well, I used to stop and visit her once in a while.
Is that not I understand that she can be a little bitchy at times, is that?
Oh, Jesus, she was a real bitch, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, she... Which line am I on here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, but she was a real bitch, but she was a good looker. Not like her sister, Sharon. Sharon was a real coyote woman. You know what a coyote woman is, don't you, Sheriff?
No, you tell me.
That's one that's so ugly when you wake up with her in the morning, you chew your damn arm off to sneak away without waking her up.
Hey, slippery dick.
Where were you when the body was found?
Oh, I was out checking on the team. You know, it was really windy and dusty and stuff, and I wanted to make sure they were safe for the night.
Yeah, okay.
We needed them in the morning to get on the Yuma.
Okay, did you get mad at Sylvia enough to follow her out in the back and stab her with a knife?
No. No, I like Sylvia. She was a good one, you know?
Yeah. Did you go into the cabin with her tonight?
Yes, I did, you know? I went into the cabin and after I was out checking on the horses, she came around the corner and we talked and ended up in the bedroom of the cabin.
Okay. Did she tell you she was going away with gold dust?
Yeah, she did, you know, and it pissed me off a little bit, but she gave me a freebie as a going away bill.
Did you plan to marry her?
Well, you know, I kept feeding her along just because I like to get in there.
Okay, I think you really meant it. You were mad at her, and she was leaving with this old trampy desert rat miner. And
well, he is an old desert rat.
I know, and then, so you went out there in a fit of anger and stabbed her in the chest. Did you kill her?
No, I didn't kill her. I love that lady. You know, she was a good one.
Any questions?
Yeah.
I got a question.
Were you really jealous because she was marrying somebody else or living with somebody else?
Nah, there's always another one down the corner. You know, why buy a cow when the milk's free?
Any other
But it
questions?
wasn't free.
It was pretty free to him because he used to get freebies from credit from.
Well, she had to give credit, you know, when you're ugly as a coyote.
It wasn't like a horse.
Yeah. Any questions? Any more questions?
Yeah, this typecast.
Typecast, yeah. Okay, so if there's no more questions, all you got to do now is figure out who you think. Just remember that only the killer could lie, so somewhere in this whole thing was a couple of lies. They were planted in there. So figure it out and give your answer, and then we'll collect them and read some of them. Yep. No, Sharon Saxon. Ooh. Oh, it said Sharon Saxon did it. Killed her sister.
Who said that?
I don't know. Didn't tell the truth. Said didn't tell the truth. Ate before the show.
Didn't tell the truth.
Okay.
Ate before the show.
Here's another one. Sharon the sister. Ah, jealous of her sister. Did you pick that up? Jealous of her sister? I don't know.
No.
I thought she loved her sister.
Yeah,
I love my sister. Here's one that says Audrey Hanover. Audrey, poor Audrey. Okay, wait a minute. Notes on the back.
Get my tripod for me right there.
Yeah. Audrey did it. Nope.
Thank you.
Audrey Hanover. She's innocent. Oh, Gold Dust West. No, that's unlikely. Positive, Sharon Saxon. Something about, it's hard to read that, something about she didn't love her sister? Whoa.
But I did.
Okay.
She was jealous.
This one doesn't really have an answer. It's just possible is Gold Dust West. And that's the old miner. This one is Hank Hanover. Hank. He was too confident.
Oh, you were.
Yeah. Too confident. All right. Next one. Okay. This one is Kate Simmons.
Oh, school marm.
Poor school marm. You know, like you say, you stab one or two people, and
Follows you around.
she had killed already. So what's another one, right?
Absolutely.
All right. And this one says, I have no idea. This one says Sharon, the sister. She got mad at her. She never got mad at her sister. Oh, there's a clue right there. She never got mad at her sister.
So you killed her?
Is that your thing?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Here's another one. Who? Sharon Saxon. Killed her sister. Oof. Competition. All right. Oh, another one killed her. Think it was her sister because she was more confusing and didn't give straight answers.
That's just normal.
This one is Kate, poor Kate, who killed one, and you're labeled for life. You know what I mean? And this one here says Kate again, jealousy. I don't know why.
You're catching up with Sharon.
Whoops.
Good, because I think they did.
All right, this one says Kate. She forgets what she did. And I was the one who forgot, and they blamed her.
Yeah, amen.
All right, and this one says Sharon Saxon, the sister. She was jealous of Sylvia. Okay.
Nobody did get Facebook
Well,
ever, did they?
actually, I have to tell you
Yeah, I
all.
can see.
Here's the truth of it all: is I killed her. No. Sharon killed her sister.
I killed that beautiful bitch.
And the lies that she told, you should have picked up on, was when she was planning on going away with Gold Dust, whatever his face is here west, a retrobate from the desert. She said she didn't know anything about it. She wasn't going, and everybody knew she was.
She would have never left me there by myself.
She'd have never left me there all alone. 1, 2, 3, 4,
You're alone now.
But now I've got it all
5,
to
6,
myself.
7 winners.
Wow.
So we have to divide the $1,000 among 7 people.
Yeah, who are those 7?
But there's no names on here, so I guess I get to keep the money.
I'm on.
So how many were for Kate? 7 for
Kate had, 1, 2, 3, and I have no idea. 4. Hank. Poor old Hank, he got, because he was too confident. You never be too confident. That's a lesson to you. And this one didn't have an answer. This one had Audrey. And this one had Kate, so there was 5 for Kate.
And 7 for Sharon.
Yeah.
Alright, who thought I did it?
Me.
Well, I didn't think so.
Yeah, who were the winner? Who had them?
I did.
All right, good deal.
Jim.
Good deal. Well, thank you all, and thank you very much. Give that cast a big hand. You did good, and Mary,
Keep knives away
poor
from
Mary, who was Sharon Saxon, was sweating this out for a whole week.
I know.
She lost 16 pounds.
Well, shit, I found it. That's why I'm sitting here like this.
And of course, Robert was an all pro, and he was in one of them last year and the year before. So he was he's a veteran actor. Gail, we don't know much about Gail because he kind of come into the neighborhood and kept quiet. He kept his wife locked in her place.
We know him now, don't we?
So we don't know a
See
lot
what I
about
gave
him.
him credit?
And the other one, Terry, we know is like a mental case. He's been roaming around the desert way too long.
Yeah, he's been out there looking for
Oh,
3
he's
kitty
way too
kitties.
funny.
Yeah.
We gotta have him in there
Yeah.
every year.
And poor little Miss Carol over there, she was in the other one. She's a pro now, so she was in last year's. So next year we'll do the same thing, hopefully, if you guys want to. We'll do another one.
Bob, thank you so much
Draw
on
names.
behalf